Overwhelm is not a problem to be solved. Overwhelm is just an experience that we have. It's an emotion or a set of emotions, but it's not a problem that we need to fix. Hi, this is Leo. So today I'd like to talk about overwhelm. This is a big issue, and people face overwhelm every single day. We're usually overwhelmed by the number of tasks that we have. And so that's one thing, is an overwhelming number of tasks that we have, but we're also faced with messages, emails, social media apps, news, people asking for things, bills, financial things, household chores, errands that we need to run, things that need to be fixed, needing to help everybody else around us. Being late on some things, needed to renegotiate, reschedule things, people asking for time on our calendar, and so on. So you can see here, just with the list that I had, this is an overwhelming number of things. And what I want to share in this video is talk a little bit about how we can navigate that overwhelm. The first thing that I want to say is that overwhelm is not a problem to be solved. Overwhelm is just an experience that we have. It's an emotion or a set of emotions. It's a set of physical sensations in our body, but it's not a problem that we need to fix. If we look at overwhelm as a problem that we need to fix, then when we face it, we're like, what do I need to do to fix this problem? And then from that, what we do is, okay, I need to eliminate everything in my life. Turn off all messaging and emails and quit my job and declutter everything and just live on a mountain. So that's one way. If that's a problem to be solved, then you could see that that's a one solution. There might be other ones as well. You need to come up with a perfect productivity system. So anyone who's looking for perfect systems, all the tools and systems and everything, so that I don't have to feel overwhelmed again. And so this is for people, you can see this for people who have the perfect organizational tools or systems, perfect productivity system, perfect to-do list. We're trying to solve the problem of overwhelm. If I get the perfect system, I don't have to feel overwhelmed again, and the problem is solved. Now, the problem is that actually doesn't work. A long time ago, I got into Getting Things Done by David Allen. Great system, great book. I got super into it, and it was great. But that system itself is designed to deal with overwhelm, to solve the problem of overwhelm. And yet, when we actually put into practice, what we learn is we actually still have overwhelm. It didn't solve it, and then we get discouraged and we give up the system after a while. And we repeat over and over. We try a system to solve the problem of overwhelm, and then we give it up after it didn't actually solve it. We still feel overwhelmed. So there's no solution to it, because it's not a problem. Overwhelm is what happens when we see all of this and then fear comes up that we can't actually do it all, that we're going to fall on our face, that we're going to let people down, that we're going to disappoint ourselves. And so what we do is we try and get out of that feeling. And what I'm proposing is, what if when we feel it, there is actually no need to solve it? Overwhelm is just simply a passing experience. It comes up, we feel it, and what we can do is just acknowledge that feeling is there. I feel overwhelmed right now. I feel fear that I'm going to fall on my face and drop all the balls that I have in the air. And so I have fear and I have overwhelm, and I just acknowledge it. And from there, I can practice with the feeling in the body, which is bringing some mindfulness to it, some awareness. I can close my eyes and take some deeper breaths down into the belly. I can give it some compassion, and then it's not even a problem. It doesn't have to be anything to panic about. Overwhelm just comes. I practice with it. I give it the love and attention and breath that it needs. And then I simply choose into what I want to do next. What's the thing that I'm feeling called to do next? What would be amazing if I were to bring play to this day? What would I do? If I were to think of my life as art, and I'm making art with my life, what's the art that I'd like to make today? And so from these perspectives, there's no problem having overwhelm. Overwhelm can be a part of the art and the play and the what I'm feeling called to do. But I don't need to solve the problem of overwhelm. All I want to do now is choose into the next thing and then play with it or create art from it. That's a little bit about overwhelm. Now, how do we work with that on a daily basis? So what you want to do is when you wake up, take a look at your, what you've got on your plate and notice if you're feeling overwhelmed. Like, look at my inbox is overflowing. I want to just, and then what do you want to do from that? I want to just start, tackling all my messages and emails. From that, you might notice what's predictable. Well, I'm going to go and get churning and power through, or I'm going to avoid because I'm feeling overwhelmed. Maybe I'm doing both, going back and forth, churn and avoid. Notice that it doesn't actually solve the problem of overwhelm. I have more overwhelm after getting churning all day or avoiding all day. And so when you notice it and you notice how that would typically go for you, what you can do at that point is just check in. How does it feel in your body? Can you bring some mindfulness to it? Can you bring some breath to it? Can you give it love? And then from there, what do you want to choose into? Choose something. On a tactical level, you can make a long list of all the things. Go through your emails, put it onto a to-do list or just a text list, like on Notes or a Google Doc or a text document. And make a list, and then from that list, choose one thing, or choose 3 things to do today. But you don't have to have a complicated system. As you're navigating through your emails and tasks and messages, notice the overwhelm that comes up, practice with it, and then simply choose. I choose to respond to this person. And as I respond to this person, think about the person you're responding to as opposed to I need to get through this whole list. Be fully with that person and say, here is the message I want to send to you. Considering them, maybe even practicing love or compassion for them or whatever it is that you think that they might need. And you're fully there with that. And there's no overwhelm in that interaction. It's simply, what can I do to serve this person? And then you do that, choose into the next thing, be fully with that. Fully devoted, fully with that. And overwhelm still might happen, but we're relating to overwhelm as just something that needs a little bit of love, a little bit of space and breath, and then simply choosing into the next thing. That's how I would recommend working with overwhelm, especially around tasks and messages and emails. If you have questions, put them into the comments. Email me. podcasts@zenhabits.net is the email that I'd recommend. And I'd love to hear from you. Please subscribe, share this with anyone that you think could use it, and send me some love.